Hello, my name is Maya Zwang, and I'm one of the co-op coordinators with the Applied Science Co-op program. Today, we're going to be speaking about how students can start building towards their career while in university. Getting some form of work or international experience outside of academics is very important for long-term job success. So today, we're going to be talking about how co-op and professional development opportunities students participate in while studying can ensure that they are competitive for the job market upon graduation. So why co-op? Co-op is taking on the new importance of helping students to make the school to work transition. It is an academic program, and it's designed to complement the students' formal education with paid, practical, and relevant work experience. It's available to all engineering majors and gives them the ability to apply their knowledge and skills gained in the academic setting into the workplace. It also allows the ability to understand the future profession in a little bit more context and learn more about yourselves in terms of what you like and what you don't like. You get to earn while you learn, gaining practical, technical, engineering-related work experience, networking and mentoring opportunities with professional engineers, and work towards your PEng in BC, across Canada, or internationally. You also get to build your resume, cover letter, job search, and interview skills. Co-op is specifically important because you'll come out of university with work experience, which is something that we're hearing more and more from employers as one of the #1 things they're looking for. A degree isn't enough anymore. Co-op is the best way for a student to gain practical work experience as a student, because you get to develop your career, and job search support from the co-op office is available to you as you're navigating this process for the first time. It's also a great opportunity to just try different things. Maybe you think you like one area, but you haven't had the chance to explore some of the others. Because co-op work terms are 4 months each, it really gives you the opportunity to bop around and try a few different options and see what's the right fit for you. So how does co-op work? Students in all disciplines are scheduled for 5 work terms, but in order to graduate with co-op standing, you need to complete a minimum of 4 work terms. Seasonality is required, so that means that you need to have a work term in at least 2 seasons. So winter, fall, and summer, you need to hit at least 2 of those 3 in order to graduate with co-op standing. You're going to alternate work and academic terms. So at some point you'll be on a work term, and then you'll go back to classes and then go back to the work term. This ensures that you get to knowledge share what you've gained from your work experience into your academics, and take what you've learned in your academics back into the workforce as well. It usually adds about 1 year onto your Bachelor of Applied Science degree program. So a 4-year degree plus 16 to 20 months of work experience. We have really strong relationships with thousands of employers across BC, Canada, and internationally. These are a few of our top employers, but we do have some more. They just couldn't all fit on the slide. These employers specifically hire from us because they know that they're getting access to pre-selected and pre-screened students who are enthusiastic, adaptable, high-achieving, and skilled engineering students. They also have the opportunity to then mentor and train upcoming professional engineers, and it's a great recruitment opportunity for them as well, as they're screening and developing potential new full-time employees. When we're thinking about the return on investment here, you can see that on the left-hand side, we have the average salary for 16 months, about $57,000. So this is average. It does vary depending on your discipline, but this is a good place to be starting from. It's across the 16 months, so your 4 mandatory co-op work terms. And because you're a student still while you're on this co-op, you do still have student fees. So that means your athletic and recreation fees, health and dental, student union, in addition to the co-op program fee of tuition. This data is pulled from 2019-2020, so it may shift slightly moving forward. You can also look at the academic calendar for a full breakdown of all of those student fees, but it also includes things like UPass. But it may differ depending on where you're located. So if you are outside of the Lower Mainland, for example, then the UPass might not make as much sense if you're no longer in transit. So things like that where it can shift. And they do differ between campuses too. But on average, this is what you're looking at. So you have your average salary on the left minus the fees that you have as a student, and then you're left with about $54,000. So the ROI here is quite good, in my opinion, when you're thinking about taking on a co-op opportunity. So let's talk about how the program works. First, you have to apply. Admission is not guaranteed, and you must take the application process seriously. Co-op is a competitive program. So last year we had about 1,200 students apply and 761 were admitted, about a 65% acceptance rate, although it does vary by discipline. So for the Bachelor of Applied Science students, you're going to be applying in September of your second or third year. For the Bachelor of Design students, you're going to be applying in September of your third year. There is a minimum GPA requirement of 65% for undergrads only, but we're only looking at that you've met the cutoff. So you don't get extra points for being at a 99% versus 66%. It's just a minimum GPA. We're also looking to ensure that you have really strong communication skills, both verbal and written. So we know that you can be successful when communicating ideas to our employers. Then we're looking at your experience. Do you have any work experience? If not, that's okay. Do you have any volunteer experience or engineering related co-curriculars? Things like design teams are one of the points that employers continue to reference as really, really strong experience when they're hiring co-op students. But we're also looking for co-op career motivation and maturity. We want to see that you are committed to applying to a broad range of roles related to the engineering discipline and that you're willing to try new things. It is a competitive program, so make sure that you are really taking this application seriously. So in terms of what we're able to provide as the co-op office, you get access to quite a few different resources and services that non-co-op students don't have access to. So finding a work term can be a little time consuming and quite competitive and maybe a little daunting if it's your first time entering the workforce. And that's what we're here for. We have workshops specifically built for engineering students to help you develop really a very strong application package with your resume and your cover letter. We are also able to provide mock interviews as you're preparing for your job. We can create different questions to help you feel as prepared as possible, and we can provide one-to-one coaching as well. The really important thing to note here is that co-op jobs are not guaranteed. So even if you successfully get into the program, you must still find your own job, just like the real world. So what we want to do is empower students with career skills to find those jobs and help get you where you want to go. Students need to determine how much effort you want to put in to your job search and to your career. So for example, it takes higher expectations and high effort to get somewhere like Facebook or Tesla, but low effort and low expectations means no job, just like the real world. So we work with you to help you determine your career path and make sure that you're taking steps that are going to actively help you get to that new place. The thing to note here is that we cannot guarantee when you are admitted to the program that you're going to secure a job, but we can guarantee that we're going to try to help you get there with all of the skills and knowledge that we're able to provide. So to conclude, this is where you can find more information about co-op. That's our Instagram as well if you want to hear some of our student stories. If you have any questions, always feel free to email us as well. And we hope to see your application in the future. Have a great rest of your day.